Don't you find it all boring? I recognize you. You're from Class C, aren't you? I never intended to be queen of anything. Do you really think you can make that happen? I couldn't agree more. What an unsightly scene. A fight between two bottom feeders is just pathetic. No thanks. Perhaps I should domesticate you too. So the student council president decided to show up. Oh really, Class D? Thank you for all of your thorough and diligent work, Miss Masumi. Good question. I want you to investigate some students. Which one? That's check. It all played out more or less the way I expected it would. The Katsuragi faction is finished, or they'll lose a great deal of influence at least. Yes. Again, nice work. How are things coming along? And how has Class D been faring? Excellent. Just as anticipated. I thought I heard something brewing, but I certainly did not anticipate seeing all of you here. Just a coincidence, I happened to be passing by. But now that I'm here, I'm curious what you were discussing. Christmas plans, perhaps? Oh, come on. After I came all this way? There's no harm in letting me join in on the fun, is there? So that was what this was about. A little birdie told me that our dear dragon boy here was tearing his hair out looking for a particularly clever member of Class D. I guess it was true. Don't tell me you're embarrassed by it. If you ask me, I think it's a lovely nickname for you. Dear dragon boy. Oh my goodness, did that upset you? Hashimoto, did someone attack you? Tell us. And there you have it. Everything's okay. Terribly sorry, Ryuin. It's just a harmless joke. I've been looking for a chance to speak with you privately. It has been a while. Right, Ayano-koji? Perhaps not, but I know exactly who you are. The ultimate masterpiece of the White Room. Though as far as I'm concerned, you're nothing but a false genius. But don't worry, I'll make sure to bury you.
Huh?
Yes. Please don't worry about it. Right. Don't concern yourself with me. That's nothing you need to worry about. It's not like he did it intentionally or something. He only tripped me one time, no big deal. Also, I haven't forgotten that I told you I'd bury you, but that's going to have to wait. I've decided it'd be prudent to bury Class B first. Class B is a group with powerful bonds. I believe that's the work of Honami Ichinose, and the trust she inspires in her classmates just by being who she is. I also have my theories as to the reason she holds a large number of private points. My favorite hypothesis is that the class is treating her as a bank vault of sorts. And yet, are they right to be trusting her with their points like that? Of course, I'm sure you're right. But everyone has an inherent duality. A light side, but a dark side as well. In any case, I look forward to when you and I can go head-to-head. What is it, President Nagumo? That's quite a unique point of view. It is in regard to the student council officer Honami Ichinose. If you're interested, I've come to let you know that I'm about to mount an attack on her. And what's more, it could potentially result in her expulsion. If it does, I'm sorry. Yes, well, circumstances might call for something a little more extreme. One should always account for the unexpected, sir. Good morning. Would Haruki Yamauchi be here by any chance? Do you think I could talk to you for just a moment? Thank you. The truth is, I've been hoping to get a moment with you for quite a while now. Although, it's a little noisy here. How about we go talk over there? Wait just a moment. I saw that. You shoplifted, didn't you? I have to say, your technique was impressive. So, do you even drink alcohol? Impressive. You walked into that store and took that can, though you don't even like it. You did it for the thrill. Why don't you let me dispose of this? You know I like you, Masumi Kamaro. I think I'm going to give you the honor of becoming my very first friend. It seems that Ichinose has finally decided to come back to school. Honestly, I've always had such respect for the camaraderie between the students of Class B. That admiration is why I've come to save you today. I know you've all entrusted your private points to Ichinose. With the backing of your funds, Class B has overcome a number of hardships. But things aren't quite as they seem. But of course, there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself. Still, I wonder if your opinion would change if this allegation against Ichinose turns out to be true. Do you still feel comfortable handing your points over to a criminal? My rumors? I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. Besides, what I have is solid proof. Irrefutable evidence that what the rumors are saying about Ichinose is indeed true. To entrust the entirety of your class's points to someone like her? It seems rather self-destructive, right? If anything I'm saying is incorrect, Ichinose, you're more than welcome to speak up. Now, let's hear her out. It's not every day a liar shows contrition. I think I've had enough of this farce.
Sakayanagi.
No matter the circumstances, shoplifting is shoplifting. There's no justifying that kind of thing. I didn't expect you'd be this shameless. My goodness! Isn't this a happy little resolution? Your class may choose to ignore it, but the fact remains you committed a crime. The story is going to spread through the school. How admirable. I can't wait to see how you... The student council president and our class's teachers. Don't tell me Ichinose turned to the student council. What happened to all that talk of dealing with it herself? I suppose that's it. If the school's decided to get involved, then my business here is done. I'll be taking my leave. I have to hand it to you. That was well played. Although I'm curious about something. Ayana Koji, tell me, did Ichinose perhaps confess her past to you before today? Aren't you a good Samaritan? What makes you think it was me? Oh, it's nothing complicated. I simply wanted to get your attention. Correct. Why don't we have a competition? If you require some motivation, I'm willing to put my expulsion on the line. Obviously, I don't expect you to do the same, so if I win, I won't ask you to withdraw from school. However, I will need to tell everyone your secret that your class sees mastermind. Let's use the upcoming special exam. I can't wait. It seems my school life is finally about to get exciting. Hello, Ayana Koji. Do you have a moment for us to chat? I wanted to ask you something. Do you find this test as absurd as I do? There's a reason why the school's doing it. My father, the chairman, was recently suspended from his board position. It would appear someone has a larger plan in mind. This test was arranged last minute. If I had to guess, I'd say this was all a setup to expel a particular student. Only one person comes to mind. Precisely. It would explain why the school suddenly decided to hold this unreasonable special exam. And that's why I'd like to postpone our competition as a temporary measure. Thank you very much. Now I can fully focus on matters concerning Class A. Of course, since we've called a ceasefire, rest assured that I won't do anything to sabotage you on the test. I promise to leave you alone. I'm absolutely certain if I stoop to breaking my word, or do something that hinders you in any way during the exam, I'll consider it a loss on my part. You'll be free to refuse our next competition as well. Wouldn't that be unfortunate? Oh, don't worry. The moment I heard about the special exam, I knew exactly which person I wanted to have expelled from school. One Kohei Katsuragi. I'm curious, what's Class C's plan? Ah, I see. As for Class D, it looks like Ryuan's time is almost up. The only mystery is what Class B will decide. Whom from their close-knit group will they sacrifice for the greater good? Just thinking about it makes me want to jump for joy. As for us, we'll compete with the last special exam of the year. Well, until then, have you noticed any new activity from Katsuragi? Good, that's what I wanted to hear. By the way, seems the side project I've been working on has been exposed. You know, the one with Yamauchi. After I heard they were holding a class-wide meeting, I knew it was over. It was just a matter of when they'd find out. It'll be fine. I already know how this game will go. Plus, it wouldn't do for the king to be eliminated before the end. Don't sound so disappointed. It's simple. Unlike Totsuka, you actually have some talent. I wouldn't throw away such a valuable piece for no reason. Perfect. I wonder how the other classes are faring with this follow-up special exam. This supplementary exam was clearly a pretext. The whole thing was designed for the sole purpose of getting rid of you. But that's not the way to settle things between you and me. It wouldn't be any fun at all. That is why I did what I did. I decided to use Class A's positive votes to protect you from expulsion. You haven't forgotten his exceedingly rude behavior during the training camp, or am I mistaken? It was simply payback for that. Our new acting chairman didn't even familiarize himself with the campus? And here I thought you'd spotted us on the surveillance cameras and came to intentionally interrupt us. The building that houses the teacher's offices is that way. That was unnecessarily aggressive, don't you think? Since the school's top brass refuses to openly expel someone, it's understandable that you would prefer to act through someone like me instead. But this seems concerning. Our new acting chairman resorting to assault might be seen as problematic. Not fighting back was a wise choice on your part. I admit I certainly wasn't expecting you to be the one to propose it. Yes, I will face off with you happily, I might add. As the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. With that in mind, I will draw last. Please draw, Ichinose. And I would assume that eliminates the need to check the final paper. Mr. Mashima? I must say I'm surprised. I assumed you would target Class C. How interesting. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. These are experiments aimed at creating an artificial genius. It's only natural that I'd be curious. Who's that? The teacher's son, Kiyotaka. I've been eagerly awaiting the day you and I would finally do battle. I'm grateful Destiny saw fit to grant me this chance. It's nice to imagine. You know, under normal circumstances, I'd ask that you take it easy on me. But I do hope you'll give this test everything you've got. You're keeping your ace pseudo on the bench? Are you underestimating us? And as for the captain's special rule for this round, we have the power to swap in one participant from our class whenever we so choose. How fun. I should have known a strategy that simple wouldn't fool you. Just as I planned. Even the tiniest of psychological blows will cause pseudo to crumble apart. It doesn't matter how great your skills are, if your mind is that fragile. I see now. It would seem that pseudo has overcome his weakness. Goodness, another one of Class C's chosen subjects. It appears Lady Luck is on your side today. Very impressive. At this point in the exam, I don't think we can afford to lose. For our participants, I'm picking Emi Tamiya, as well as Kohei Katsuragi. Right, the rules state the winner isn't decided by their combined scores. Instead, the student with the highest score takes the win. Your thought process is that even if Koenji doesn't take it seriously, Matsushita is there to cover him. In that case, I'll answer the 10th question. Which one are you going to pick? Well, well, well. As Isn't that a surprise? I had a little chat with Katsuragi before the exam started. I let him know that if he betrayed us, I'd have no choice but to have a hard-working student from Class A expelled. It's a good thing Koenji didn't take this round too seriously. True enough. Well, it seems we've tied things up, 3-3. That's because once we finish up this final subject, our fun competition will come to an end. It's time. To think this is how we're going to determine the winner. The captain's rule gives us plenty of time to influence the game, which means this will actually be a battle between the two of us. What a coincidence. It's mine as well. I don't understand. If we keep losing ground like this, it seems our game will only end in one way. I suppose it's time I got involved. When do you plan on stepping in to help? Ayano-koji? If you hold off any longer, it'll be too late for you to come back. At last, you and I will be able to compete against each other in a fair match. Thoughts on my playstyle, Ayano-koji? I've been waiting for this. I hope you can feel how much this means to me. I'm not worried about that. I seriously doubt someone of your caliber would ever make even the smallest of unforced errors. You and I both know I can't do that. Since you won't make a mistake, I'll just have to crush you with pure ability. I don't think I've ever had this much fun before. I'm sure you'll figure out a way to weasel out of this situation. You don't have to worry. I'll stop this. I won't let them succeed. You are truly incredible, Ayano-koji. I've had a lot of fun with you. It's such a shame that our game has to end. But this will finish it. That was brilliant, Ayano-koji. There's no doubt in my mind that an ordinary person wouldn't be able to make a play like that. To be so ruthless. However, you aren't the only person who has a reason they need to win. True genius is something you have to be born with. As someone who has inherited superior DNA, I will prove that facilities like that one are completely meaningless, their work futile. That is the salvation I promised to deliver to them. Also, there's still something that I need to show you, Ayano-koji. That's check. I thoroughly enjoyed our match. A close battle that could have gone either way at any time. Although, that final move of yours, did you really make it because you thought it was the most optimal choice? Impossible. You interfered with our test? Is that what you're trying to imply? That you intercepted Ayano-koji's instructions and changed them so Horikita would make the wrong move? I don't understand. Why would you keep this all to yourself? Keep trying to provoke me all you'd like. I promise you'll pay a high price for this. Huh. Just as expected, you beat me. Impressive as always. I ended up losing after we recreated the game state from the test. Though I couldn't win, I'm satisfied with this. It would have been hard for you to hide your abilities if I had. I figured you wouldn't want your secret to get out. I'm glad I got the chance to fight you. And thanks to that, I've finally gotten the answer I've been searching for. I now know that you aren't a person merely pretending to be a genius, but somebody who truly deserves that title. I began to play chess after that, in the hopes I would get to face you someday. Even after all this time, I remember how lonely you looked surrounded by all those people. I can't explain why I felt it, but I so desperately wanted to know more about you. You were akin to a childhood friend, one whom I pined after for years, but despite my wishes, never could find. Also, I'd like to apologize to you for something. The reason I gave you for why I purposefully avoided one-on-one matches, it wasn't the whole truth. To be honest with you, there was another reason. I wanted to be in the same space as you for as long as possible. We aren't meant to live alone. Human beings learn warmth through contact. That's something very important to keep in mind. It may seem strange to you, but there's nothing wrong with the warmth of human contact. I hope you remember that. You will one day. Sorry for taking so long to give you this. All right, let's head on home. Really, a pay cut for that? Ah, yes, I see. Had that match gone on as planned, it could have been a highly dangerous one indeed. And with that, it sounds like we have all come to a consensus. I intend to take your side as well, Ayano-koji, but just for now, don't get used to it. That's right. Only until the acting chairman is gone, and then we're back to being enemies. And if that man ever interferes with Class A, I will slap him down with a brutality so fierce it will shock even the likes of you.